make it a better place. It'll take creation, imagination.
Hi everybody, this is Tina. Welcome to my video today, you guys. It is Thursday. I'm going to make a card with you guys. I was inspired by something. I'll show you in a few minutes what my inspiration for this card came from. I'm going to be doing some watercoloring in the way that I did it in my November paper pumpkin video. I'll link that right up here for you guys. But I got lots of really fun feedback that it was a fun technique that I did and that you guys liked it. So I thought I would do it again. And I'm going to be using the Cherry Cobbler in the Real Red. And then we're going to be using the Snowflake from this set. This is the 10 of Tags stamp set. And it has this really cool snowflake here. And I thought I would use this. And we would do something fun. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab just a little piece of cardboard here. You can see it's pretty messy. This is a watercolor cardstock. So it's going to be able to absorb the water really nicely. And it'll do better for the technique that I'm going to do. So I'm going to use this stamp, this snowflake. And we're going to do some embossing first. So it's always a little tricky to emboss on watercolor paper because it's hard to get a really crisp image. The color paper I'm working with happens to be a really flat. There's not a lot of texture to it. I forget what that means, like if it's hot press or cold press, or I'm not good with all the lingo for this kind of stuff because you guys know I don't often do these, you know, real technical cards. So I'm really sorry that I don't exactly know. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the Versamark, which is a really sticky ink. And then what I'm going to do is pour this embossing powder over it. And then we're going to heat set it because it's really hard to see where the stamping is. So instead of doing all the stamping and trying to see it, I am going to go ahead and heat set this as I go. So I'm going to skip through all of this. I'll just go real quickly and you guys will see how it works. And then we'll come and do the rest of the card. Okay, so I've done all of the embossing. You can see those snowflakes. It is in the iridescent embossing powder, and so it's sparkly. So I feel like there's a couple places that are just pretty big gaps. So what I did is I got an old set out, and I'm going to use a smaller snowflake to fill in some of these other areas. So as soon as I do that, I'll be back and we'll start the watercoloring. All right, you guys, I am back with all of the snowflakes embossed. They're a little bit hard to see. Hopefully they'll get easier as we jump into this. Now I will be trimming this down, so it's not gonna matter exactly how many snowflakes are on there, but I just tried to get a pretty good even coverage. So now I just have some water here in a cup. I have a paintbrush. It's not the best because my kids have gotten into my paintbrushes and they have used them. So I'm taking my Cherry Cobbler, I'm pinching that together. I've got quite a bit of ink there. I'm going to do the same to my Real Red. We got that. Okay, so then we're going to do the same thing as we did earlier this week. We're going to take a little bit of this Perfect Pearls. A couple of you commented that you have this product, so that's great. I know Jennifer McGuire talks a lot about this, uses a lot of it a lot of the time. So we've just added some to the lid of our ink, and then we're going to add a little bit of water in there and mix it all around. Starting December 1st, which is when you guys are seeing this, Merry Christmas to everybody as the holidays start. Stampin' Up! Is doing a end of the year closeout event. So when I'm filming this, I'm not sure exactly what's going to be on the list, but I will have all that listed on my website for you guys today. And it's while supplies last. They've added stuff to the clearance rack and all of that. So you guys will want to check that out. So make sure you head over to my website to see what is on sale, what's on the closeout. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start with the light red, and we're just going to start going back and forth. And you can see as I do that, that this really starts resisting wherever we've embossed. It resists that ink. And those snowflakes start to show up. So then as we want it to get darker, we'll use the cherry cobbler. And this, because it's watered down, it really, I'm almost feeling like these colors, see, my brush isn't the best to be doing this. And if there's places that I didn't get the embossing powder really melted, and you'll see that then it doesn't resist. It kind of just soaks into that. I can see right here, there's a snowflake that I really did not get heated very well. And this, I'm just feeling like is not, the cherry cobbler is not making it much darker. So we'll just add a little bit more water and we'll just keep making it lighter and lighter as we keep going up, which will give us the effect of it being. You can see right here is a clump of embossing powder that was on there that was, it's not part of the design. Like that was not part of the snowflake. That's okay. These watercolored things, they're meant to be that way. Like they're not meant to be perfect. Okay, so now that I've done that, and really, I think you could just use one red and it wouldn't matter. Just add a little bit more water and make it go darker or let it go lighter as you go out. So let's run the heat gun over this one more time to go ahead and get it dry. You can also take a paper towel and where those snowflakes are, pat it down, and that ink and water will lift off the embossed part. It's all dry. Now when you heat set the water part, this part, you need to be careful because it is going to heat up that embossing powder again, and then you don't want it to ruin what you've already heat set. So now I'm just going to trim this down to 5 1/4 by 4 so I can put it on a card. Okay, so we're going to go with a pink base because that red really lightened up. Whenever you're watercoloring, that's going to happen. So then let's put a sentiment on here. Okay, guys, let me explain to you what happened. Okay, so here is what I'm going to do, the card base. This card has totally taken a left turn, and I'm just going to roll with it. So we're going to put it on a pink base. I'm not usually a pink Christmassy kind of person, but we're going to roll with it. And I originally was going to put some vellum on like this and put a sentiment, okay? So I was looking around for a sentiment and I couldn't find anything that I liked. So then I found this one right here. And what I'm going to do is emboss with white this piece of vellum. So this is 4 by 3. And I'm going to take some white embossing powder. We're going to emboss this right here. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I have these little glitter snowflakes. These little glitter snowflakes come from a Martha Stewart punch. I'm trying to show you guys the glitter. And they were just laying around. I actually just had them laying around and I thought, okay, that will be perfect. I'll use them. So let me go ahead and emboss this in white. I'll come back and we'll finish this card up. All right, guys, I have my card base on. I've popped it up a little bit using foam tape. I have this, not basic gray, it is smoky slate ribbon. I've tied it in a bow and I'm gonna fix this a little bit as soon as I get everything straightened on here, and I'll put a glue dot under the bow to keep it flat. I've embossed my white piece right here. It didn't come out the straightest. It's a little bit over here. It's okay. We're gonna go with it. I have some Terran tape right down. You can see it right there on the vellum. It's right on the bottom. So the first thing we're gonna do is center this and slide that tape under the ribbon so that when we press this down, it is hidden. That's the first way we're going to keep it down. And then you can see it curls up, right? Because I embossed it. So that's where our glue dots are going to come in and our snowflakes. So I know that I'm going to use my little spatula. No, I'm not, because it has perfect pearls on it. Okay, so I know I'm going to put a snowflake right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a glue dot there. And then I'm going to reach under the vellum and I'm going to put a glue dot right where the O is. And that's going to hold that down. And I think that's going to be good for holding the vellum down. So now what I can do is add my snowflakes that I found. And I can do that by just adding glue dots. And then we're going to pop one of them up. So I'm going to put one here. And then we'll pop the next one up. I'm layering these over each other. And that's totally fine. So I want to say thank you guys to everybody who has sent me messages about my grandma and have sent me emails. She passed away last week. It was very unexpected. We thought she was getting better and that things were going to be okay, and they turned out not to be. So I hope that you guys will have patience with me as I am definitely we're just trying to get through this part of things happening. I think I'm going to move this snowflake down here and pop one of these up. So that's the nice thing. We can just change our mind. This whole card has been a little bit different than what I intended. So we'll just pull this glue dot up and we'll stick this under here so that we can fix the bow. I will continue to have content up for you guys this month. We're making it through and getting through things. I'm in the middle of my Hello December class, so I'm doing a lot of videos and content for that class. So that is taking a little bit of time, but I will still be spending December with you guys, documenting, sharing projects with you, and then we are getting ready to dive into the occasions catalog and celebrations. So I only have 2 free card kits for you guys this month, and remember, Stampin' Up! Starts their big end of the year blowout sale where they're clearancing out tons of stuff and getting ready for the new year. And I just want you guys to know I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers. They really do mean so very much to me during this time that is just a little bit difficult for us, for our family. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your December, and I will be back tomorrow to share with you my October Project Life pages, and then next week we'll be doing more Christmas stuff. So thanks so much, guys, and I will talk to you later.